All right, buckle up for a deep dive that's going to take us way beyond those typical Premier League predictions you see everywhere else. We're diving headfirst into Bournemouth versus Brighton.
Yeah,
And let me tell you,
it's a good one.
this one's got all the ingredients for a real nail-biter.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the table and you see Brighton riding high in the top six while Bournemouth's battling it out down below. But that's just scratching the surface. We've been digging deep, and trust me, there's a lot more to this matchup than meets the eye. We're talking Bournemouth's almost fortress-like home record, Brighton's curious struggles on the road,
Right.
and just to spice things up, we've even got a couple of potential game changers in the form of record signings. Think this one could turn into a real upset.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Brighton's on a roll right now. Got to give them credit. Their new managers had a massive impact. But the question is, can they break down Bournemouth's defense? At home, they've been practically unbreakable, especially in those first 45 minutes.
It's wild, right? Especially when you consider Bournemouth's season so far. They've taken down some serious heavyweights, Arsenal, Man City, but then they turn around and stumble against, well, Brentford.
Right.
It's like they've got two different personalities out there on the pitch. Any theories on what's causing these wild swings in form?
You know, it really is kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde thing, isn't it? I think it comes down to the way they set up tactically. Against the big boys, they're happy to sit back, absorb the pressure, and then, bam, hit them on the counter. It's a risky strategy, no doubt, but man, when it works beautifully.
Definitely. And against a team like Brentford, who are content to let Bournemouth have more of the ball,
Yeah.
they seem to struggle to find a way through. So could Brighton's style, all that possession-based football, actually play right into Bournemouth's hands?
That's the big question, isn't it? If Bournemouth can weather that initial storm, frustrate Brighton, you got to think their counter-attacking threat with guys like Solanke and Ouattara could really cause some damage.
Especially on their home turf, right? They've
Yeah.
won their last three there, including those impressive victories over Arsenal and City. We're talking about a potential fourth straight home win here,
Yeah.
something they've never managed to pull off in the Premier League.
Exactly. And let's not forget what happened last season. They absolutely demolished Brighton 3-0 at home. So even though they're lower in the table right now, that psychological edge could definitely be with Bournemouth.
For sure. But let's not forget, Brighton's not up there in the top six by accident. They've earned it. That comeback win against the champions, Man City, that was a real statement.
Oh, absolutely. You could see the belief surging through that team. Their new managers instilled a real sense of discipline, especially tactically.
I'm really impressed with their build-up play. It's patient, measured, and always with a purpose. All those intricate passing triangles.
Yeah, they're beautiful to watch.
They really draw the opponents out, then boom, the wingers exploit the space.
Such a smart strategy.
But here's the thing. All that beautiful passing hasn't quite translated on the road. Only 2 wins in their last 11 away games. Quite the contrast to their home form.
It is a head-scratcher, isn't it? It's like they lose that cutting edge when they're away from the MX Stadium. Maybe it's the opposition crowd getting to them, or they're struggling to adjust to different pitches.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's something they need to figure out fast if they want to stay in that top 6 race.
Absolutely. So how do we think these two very different styles are going to clash on the pitch? Let's talk about the players who could make the difference. We got to start with Bournemouth's record signing, Evan Olsen. 3 goals in his last 3 games. Seems to have a knack for scoring that crucial first goal.
He's a real handful, that's for sure. His pace and directness could be a nightmare for Brighton's high defensive line, especially if they're dominating possession and leaving those gaps in behind. Oh, and don't forget about Philip Billing.
Always a go.
In that Bournemouth midfield.
Yeah,
He's a
right.
real engine, that guy. If he wins that midfield battle, it could be a very tough day for Brighton.
Absolutely. And Brighton's got their own danger man back in the fold, right? João Pedro is back from injury, and he looks like he hasn't missed a beat. Goal and an assist against Man City. That's a serious statement.
No doubt. João Pedro's movement is just fantastic. He's always finding pockets of space between the lines, and that could be crucial against Bournemouth's compact defense. The key for Brighton, get the ball to his feet in those dangerous areas.
Right, and then there's this stat that just blows my mind. Bournemouth hasn't conceded a single goal, not one, in the first half at home all season. The only team in the entire Premier League with that record.
That's crazy. It's a real testament to their defensive organization and discipline, isn't it? They've clearly been working hard on their shape. For Brighton, it means patience is key. No getting frustrated and launching those hopeful long balls. They need to find a way to unlock that defense.
So, clash of styles, Contrasting home and away form and some exciting individual battles brewing. Seems like we're in for a real unpredictable match, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. On paper, Brighton's got the historical advantage in this fixture, but Bournemouth's home form and that incredible first half defensive record are undeniable. If Brighton can keep their cool and find those gaps as the game opens up, they've certainly got the quality to take all 3 points. But if Bournemouth can frustrate them and exploit those counter-attacking opportunities, well, we could be talking about a famous victory for the home side.
Talk about a tough one to call. What's your gut feeling on this one? Can Brighton overcome those away day blues and break down Bournemouth's resolute defense? Or will the Cherries pull off another upset and maybe even make a little bit of Premier League history in the process? Hit us up in the comments with your predictions. I, for one, cannot wait to see how this tactical battle plays out on the pitch.
Me neither. Should be a good one.
All right, that's a wrap for our deep dive. Until next time.
See ya.